The little girl just waved her small hand and instantly filled the empty rice jar at home. When she heard the news that her family had no money, she immediately turned the sweet potatoes in the yard into medicinal herbs worth millions of dollars. But these were all small matters for her. The little girl was originally an angel from the divine realm who descended into the human world to experience true love. But her mother died right after she was born, and because her father wasn't home, the housekeeper who had always liked her father threw her out onto the street. Fortunately, at that moment, a kind-hearted driver passing by saw her and wanted to take her home to adopt. But the man thought about how poor his family was and decided to give up. But the little girl suddenly burst into tears, wanting to make him keep her through this way. The man looked at the pitiful girl, and in the end, he couldn't resist bringing her home. The mother looked at the child in her husband's arms and immediately felt helpless because their family had already run out of food. Little did they know, the girl's arrival was about to change the family's fate. At that moment, the eldest sister beside them saw the little girl grabbing her hand and refusing to let go. She happily told her parents right away that the girl wanted to stay at their home. Thinking of their family's situation, the eldest sister immediately decided to find another job the next day to help support the little girl. Hearing their conversation, the little girl immediately used magic to fill the rice jar at home completely. Everyone was instantly overjoyed, thinking the girl was their family's lucky star, and they decided to let her stay. But just as they were celebrating, soldiers collecting grain suddenly barged into the man's house. The mother tried to ask them to wait a few more days, but was shoved aside by a soldier. The little girl, feeling distressed for her mother, immediately wanted to use magic to punish the soldier, but was stopped by a voice from outside the door. The newcomer was none other than the father's former friend, who was also the soldier's superior. Seeing it was someone he knew, the father immediately wanted to ask him to wait a few more days. But the friend, who had already been promoted, suddenly changed his attitude and revealed his scheme. He angrily kicked aside a chair and told the man to crawl under his crotch. If he didn't, he had to pay money. The man looked at his former friend, shocked that he would treat him this way. He immediately became furious. But looking at his family, the man still chose to compromise and was about to agree. Little did he know, the friend only wanted to humiliate him, because even if he crawled through, he wouldn't exempt the grain. But just as the man was about to kneel, the little girl suddenly cast a spell that kept her father from moving. But the friend thought the man was unwilling to kneel, so he